Hey friends, if there's one thing every entrepreneur faces, it's failure. And I'm not talking about the little setbacks or occasional mistakes. We've all been there. I mean the big moments. When your grand idea falls apart, when a deal slips through your fingers, or when you make a huge misstep. Here's the truth. Failure is a part of the process. In fact, embracing failure is one of the most important things you can do as an entrepreneur. Today, let's dive into why failure isn't your enemy. It's your greatest teacher. So what does it really mean to embrace failure? It's all about shifting your mindset. Instead of fearing failure or trying to avoid it at all costs, you start to see it as a stepping stone on the path to success. Failure isn't a sign that you're not cut out for this. It's not a reflection of your abilities. Failure is a lesson. It's feedback that tells you what's not working, what needs to change, and what you need to do differently. When you embrace failure, you stop seeing it as a defeat and start seeing it as valuable information. It's a feedback loop. It's a chance to improve, grow, and keep going. Why is embracing failure so important for entrepreneurs? First, failure is a prerequisite for success. Every successful entrepreneur has faced failure. You can't succeed without it. In fact, the bigger the risk you take, the more failure you're likely to encounter. Think of it like a rite of passage in entrepreneurship. Second, failure teaches resilience. The difference between entrepreneurs who succeed and those who give up is the ability to bounce back. Every failure builds resilience, and that resilience is what will help you keep moving forward when the going gets tough. Third, failure provides clarity. Sometimes when something doesn't work, it forces you to step back, reassess, and come up with a better plan. Failures often lead to the breakthroughs and ideas you might not have seen before. And finally, it takes the pressure off perfection. When you accept that failure is normal, it helps you stop putting unrealistic pressure on yourself to be perfect. You can focus more on progress rather than perfection. And that's where the real growth happens. Now let's take a moment to look at some wisdom from people who failed, big time, but still achieved greatness. Thomas Edison famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." His light bulb, among other inventions, came from a long series of failures. Each failure taught him something new, pushing him closer to his breakthrough. J.K. Rowling was rejected by 12 publishers before someone finally said yes. She faced failure after failure, but instead of giving up, she kept going. And we all know how that story turned out. Steve Jobs was fired from Apple, the company he founded. That failure could have been the end, but instead it led to a period of growth and innovation. Jobs returned to Apple and revolutionized the tech world. And Michael Jordan? He was cut from his high school basketball team. But instead of quitting, he used that failure as motivation to become the greatest basketball player of all time. The point is, these people didn't give up when faced with failure. They learned, adapted, and became stronger because of it. So how do you embrace failure and turn it into something useful? First, shift your mindset. Failure is part of the journey, not the end. Acknowledge it, learn from it, and move on. Second, be kind to yourself. After a failure, it's easy to spiral into self-doubt. But remember to treat yourself with the same compassion you would a friend who's going through a tough time. Third, analyze what went wrong. Take an honest look at what didn't work. Ask yourself, what could I have done differently? This is how you gain insights and avoid repeating the same mistakes. Fourth, don't be afraid to pivot. Sometimes failure means the original plan wasn't right. That's okay. Be flexible enough to change direction, adapt, and keep moving forward. Finally, keep taking action. Don't let failure paralyze you. Even small steps forward are better than staying stuck. Every small step gets you closer to your goal. So the next time you face failure, remember, it's not the end of the road. It's a lesson, a necessary part of the entrepreneurial journey. Embrace failure, learn from it, grow from it, and most importantly, remember, failure is not a reflection of your worth, it's just feedback. You are still on the right path. You just need to keep moving forward, learning and adapting. Thanks for tuning in. If this resonated with you, be sure to hit that subscribe button and share this with someone who could use a little encouragement today. Keep learning from your mistakes. The best is yet to come.